Okay, this is squash. This is something new that we've just recently started trying. We wanted to try to get some squash out in our cover crop mixes for the added diversity. The plant itself is incredibly impressive. I mean, look at how much plant we've got here. After about 6 weeks of growth, we've already got fruit starting to form on the squash itself. We're pretty well convinced that cattle are going to eat this pretty well in conjunction with other cover crops that are planted. And you know, it's kind of the three sisters approach that the Indians had with planting corn, squash, and beans together. So we talk about this as we found the missing sister.
Yeah, one benefit that squash performed in the Three Sisters mix that the Indians had was just ground cover. You can see the amount of leaf area that's just dominating this, and it took quite a little bit of effort to untangle this from all the other plants here. It just forms an interlocking mat. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens next year when you plant into this mulch. It's going to be very curious to see how this develops. One caution about using squash in a cover crop mix, though, is all of your cucurbits tend to be attractive to rootworm beetles that can infest corn. So that may or may not be an issue depending on whether you use traded corn or a rootworm insecticide. If you are not using either of those, I'd walk before you run with this in the cover crop preceding corn.
And we like just putting a little bit of this in, and if you can see, the health of these plants is really, really good. There's no squash bugs or other insects. I think part of that is because we've got all kinds of other blooming plants out here. It's right next to the buckwheat. We've got mustard blooming right next to it. And so we're hoping with the diversity of insects that we're pulling in, we won't see the squash bugs and other damaging insects come in on this. The other caution would be is if you get this started and your neighbors find out, they may be coming to try to harvest some for the dinner table.
Very well. And attracting squash bugs at a low level may not be all bad. If you can attract squash bugs, and if you have prey, you're going to have predators. And there are things that eat squash bugs, and maybe we can provide a little biological control over time.